First hits are undoubtedly one of the main aspects of Melee and the SMP game mode. Elements like spacing and timing are the main influencers of who will hit their opponent first. However, there is a major part of Melee which has been completely overlooked by the community. I've questioned multiple people who are high tier 3 and higher and still did not know about this. Also, not finding anyone talking about this after watching a good amount of PvP tutorials, both advanced and for complete beginners, makes me believe that this topic is worth bringing up to the public. So, what did we overlook? Let's return all the way back to the very basics and ask ourselves a question. What are the main components of swordplay? My answer is spacing, timing, and aim. Some of you might already recall someone teaching you about a well-known fact that you must aim at the center of your opponent's head in order to be able to hit the farthest. For example, in this position. In your opinion, where is the best place to aim? If your answer was the center of the head, you're totally correct. Now let's try this exercise. In this position, is it true that the players can't hit each other because they are out of reach? I guess that most of you think that this is true. However, let's look at the rest of the video. So, why does this happen? First, we turn on the hitboxes and understand their behavior. The most important thing that we must focus on is that the hitbox doesn't rotate whatsoever. Second, the line of sight starts from the middle of your hitbox and can appear out of any side. Third, we will look at this position from above, create a canvas, and copy the positions of the hitboxes so that the red square is your hitbox, while the black square is your opponent's hitbox. Let's draw your reach when you aim at the center of the head and at the corner of the hitbox. This is where it gets nerdy. We'll compare the two distances by making two right triangles. The distances will serve as the hypotenuse of the triangle. The height is going to be the distance between the end of the reach and the beginning of it on the z-axis, and the base is going to be the distance between the end of the line of sight and the beginning of it on the x-axis. On the picture, we can see that the height of the triangle is the same, while the x difference of the blue triangle is shorter than the x difference of the purple triangle. By applying the Pythagorean theorem, we can understand that the distance between the start of your line of sight and the corner of the hitbox is shorter than if we were looking at the center of our opponent's head. So, what does this mean? Personally, I figured that this adds a whole new layer of place when it comes to getting the first hit. At the moment, it is mostly about baiting to make your opponent miss the hit selecting in order to start the combo, and just trying to time your hit correctly. While these things can still work, this also allows us to realize that strafes and movement can not only be used to do these things, but also to mess up your opponent's crosshair placement. In conclusion, I really hope that this video has helped you learn something new, and even if y'all knew about it, this would still help some new players in the future. Remember kids, stay in school. It'll make you better at PvP. I wish you a good day.